If you have a penny from 1983 or really any year, we're going to show you all kinds of different errors that you can look for and some 1983 pennies that people pass up that are worth thousands of dollars in some cases. So first off, we're going to start with a coin that sold for $300 at auction. Now this coin has a mint error. As we zoom in there, you can see the hole in the middle of the coin. That is a defective hold planchet. This actually happened at the mint when this coin was being produced, and that's what gives the coin value $300 penny. Next up, you can see this penny around the rim of the coin that looks stretched out. That is what is known as a broad strike. So the penny has been broad struck here. That does add value to the coin. It is a mint error. It's not super valuable in this case. It depends on the condition, the date, and all those things. But this coin did sell for $31 at auction, much more than 1 cent. Moving on to another rare coin. This mint error can happen on all kinds of other coinage as well, not just pennies. You're talking nickels, dimes, half dollars, and so on. Now this is a brockage error taking place here, and this coin ended up selling for around $80 at auction. Next up is a clipped planchet. Obvious error here. Don't need a coin microscope to see anything like this. This penny sold for $30 at auction. Another obvious mint error taking place on a 1983 Lincoln penny. This coin has been double struck. That second strike is 80% off center, and this coin sold for $216. Now this is where you want to get out your coin microscopes, coin loops, magnifiers, all right, because you do not want to pass one of these pennies up. They can be very valuable. Now what we're looking for is a doubled die obverse and a doubled die reverse. So you want to look for doubling on the lettering of the coin. There are numerous different examples for the 1983 penny. Some double die examples in 1983 can be worth more than others. It depends on which double die you have. And these are images showing you exactly what to look for. Doubling on the front of the coin as well as doubling on the reverse of the coin, the back of the coin. You also want to look for doubling on the lettering as well. United States of America, 1 cent, E pluribus unum. All of that doubling can add value to your coin. Now this coin here has the doubled die reverse. All right, so doubling on the back of the penny. Now it has a very high grade of a mint state 68. By the way, if you guys want a coin microscope, coin loop, those are available at the link in the comments below this video. I have those for you guys. All right, now this coin sold for $5,280 at auction because it has that doubling on the reverse and because it has a very high grade of a mint state 68 red. The best grade you can get on a coin is a 70. So to have this at a 68 red with that doubling, super rare. Now, if we compare it to this coin here, same exact thing, we have a double die reverse. However, it has what is known as an altered color. That means that someone tried to alter the color of this penny. They tried to make it look like toned, and they made a huge mistake by doing that. Do not clean your coins. Do not try to tone your coins because they will not give the coin a grade. They will just put details on the coin holder, which will take away a tremendous amount of value. Now the last coin sold for over $5,000. This coin just sold for $312. That's the price difference on those. Free silver coin giveaways every Tuesday and Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time only on the Whatnot app. No catch, guys. Free silver giveaways. Plus, you get the $15 credit to spend on the Whatnot app. You can purchase any product from any seller and use your $15 credit today. Download the Whatnot app at the link in the comments below or scan the QR code on the screen. Now there's all kinds of other errors you can look for, like another defective planchet here on a 1983 penny. This coin sold for around $150 at auction. And then we also have things like this coin is not in the best condition. It's only graded at a 58. However, it does have a large die break, a cud here on the reverse of the coin going through the lettering there, 1 cent. You see that blob of metal? Now you want to look for that on all kinds of coins, you know, because the larger these die breaks are, the larger the cud, the more you can typically get out of these coins, even in bad condition like this. But this coin did sell for over $1,300, over a $1,000 penny. Now, if we compare it here to this coin here, this is a much smaller die break. It's taking place here on the obverse of the coin, graded at a 63 red brown. This coin sold for $35 at auction. Now here's a much larger die break. I'm surprised that this coin only sold for $134 at auction, graded at a 64 red. That is a nice die break. Man, I've found a lot of die breaks over the years and coin rolls from the bank, but nothing this large. Here's a normal looking penny here on the reverse, but as we flip the coin over, this 1983 penny has been struck by a capped die. Now the die is what has the design on it. It's a piece of metal. It comes down and strikes the metal planchet, the blank planchet, and puts the design onto the planchet, right, to create the penny. Now this was struck by a cap die, and this is the result of that. This is what those will typically look like in some cases, some not as extreme as this. This coin sold for $65 at auction. Next up is a very common mint error everybody loves, off-center strikes. You can look for off-centers on every type of coinage. This coin sold for around $60 at auction. Moving on to a 1983 Lincoln cent. Again, another type of mint error that can take place on other coins. It has an indent error on the obverse of the penny. This penny ended up selling for around $70 at auction. Now this next coin is not an off-center error, it's actually a misalignment. So we have a misaligned obverse die here on this 1983 Lincoln penny. This penny sold for around $55 at auction, so again, nothing super valuable, but still, it's 55 bucks for 1 cent. Now, of course, you have to pay to have the coin graded, so, you take that out of your profit, and, selling the coin, fees, and taxes, there's not much room to profit on something like this, but if you're just keeping it for your personal collection, I mean, why not? All right, this next coin, another misaligned obverse die. This coin sold for $42 at auction, and then here's a very nice off-center, 50% off-center here, and ironically, the coin sold for $50. Anyone will know that's a mint error. You don't even have to deal in coins to know that. But this next coin, one of my favorites of this video, sold for $4,800. It looks like, a beat up penny. It is graded at a 61 red brown. There's nothing too special about the 1983 penny unless you have a rare mint error like we're showing you in this video, or if you have a very top high grade. And in this case, this would easily be passed up. Clearly, you can see it has been passed up in circulation probably thousands of times until someone actually weighed the coin. This is important. You do need a coin scale. I have coin scales, coin microscopes, my coin book, coin mat, all at the link in the comments below this video. Pick one up. You're gonna need a coin scale. All right, to look for planchet errors like this. Now in 1982, that was the transitional year. Everyone's familiar with that, where we went from mostly copper pennies to mostly zinc pennies. Copper pennies will weigh 3.1 grams, mostly zinc pennies will weigh 2.5 grams. In 1983, they are all supposed to be mostly zinc. 1983 pennies are supposed to weigh 2.5 grams. If you find one like this that weighs 3.1 grams, you are talking thousands of dollars. Even in this condition, $4,800, because it was accidentally struck onto one of those mostly copper planchets that they used prior to 1982 and prior, all right? But 1983, if you find one that weighs 3.1 grams, you better get it graded and keep it. Next up is a 1983 penny that has an unplated mint error. So you do not see the copper coloration of it as a result. This coin sold for a little over $100. Now there's a lot of plating errors going on with the 1983 penny. Here's another example of that, a partial copper plating. It only weighs 2.4 grams as a result. This coin sold for $124. Here's another partially plated Lincoln penny that sold for $132 at auction, graded at a 63 red. And then here's another one, obverse and reverse partial plating 1983 penny, graded by NGC, sold for around $150. This next one could get confused with like environmental damage, but if you do find something like this, you want to make sure you inspect it closely to see if it's actually a partial plating error. This coin sold for $192. Next up, another improper plating taking place here on the 1983 penny, which made this coin sold for over $200. So always inspect your coins closely and don't forget to hit those links in the comments below, guys. Whatnot is giving you $15 to spend, $15 credit to spend on the Whatnot app. Hit my link in the comments below. If you download the app through my link, it automatically takes $15 off any purchase on the Whatnot app. You can purchase any item from any seller. It's that simple, guys. Go take advantage of it. Use that link in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe in the middle. Feel free to check out the videos to the left of me. And until tomorrow, I'll see you guys in the comment section below. This is Couch Collectibles, and this is where I disappear.